Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Chaz. If you are a returning subscriber, what's up fam? Welcome back. Y'all already know what time it is. As y'all can tell by the thumbnail and the title, this video is about salads. If you watch some of my meal prep videos over the last, 2 years now, you know I'm into salads, I'm into jars, and just keeping stuff fresh and simple and healthy. But sometimes I do like to dabble in some comfort food, so don't get me wrong, okay? But today it's about salads, and I'm excited to share with you how we can keep our salads fresh throughout the entire week. Okay, I'm serious, the entire week. I have been through trial and error so many times over the years, and this is my go-to. So let's go ahead and get started. So before I get started going in the nitty-gritty and what's going on and how to keep a salad fresh, let's go over our ingredients. Now for today's recipe, one of my favorites, I am making chicken bacon ranch salads. Yes, girl. Chicken bacon ranch, okay? It's one of my favorites. It's so good, simple and easy. Let's go over the ingredients. So the lettuce that I like to use is the green leaf lettuce. I believe that's what it's called. I'm putting everything in the description box if you are interested in making this. But this is the style lettuce that I like to use. It's fresh, it's pretty, it doesn't have that like intense taste like romaine lettuce sometimes have, to me personally. So I love this. I have some fresh grape tomatoes, or you can use like, cherry tomatoes. I have a red onion we'll be using today. My chicken breast for the buffalo chicken, my buffalo sauce. So scallions, fresh, everything's fresh. So I have the jalapenos, carrots, and we also have cucumber. The reason why I'm using fresh jalapeno instead of like, the jar jalapenos, because they don't have as much water content, like fluid or whatever like that. And that's the key when it comes to salads and keeping them fresh. You want to ensure that nothing is wet. Everything is pretty much dry. But that's why I love to use these. And I'm gonna get into it when we start with these, because it's a whole process and it's simple and easy, but it is a process step by step. So I want to show y'all and talk about it as I'm showing y'all. So I have my mason jars. You can purchase these from Walmart, Amazon, or Target. I also have some olive oil to sear my chicken breast. I also have coconut oil, that is an option. Rapeseed oil or avocado oil is an option as well, but it just depends on your preference. I do have bacon that you can just throw in the microwave and cook it up, but you can use turkey bacon. You can substitute it with plant-based bacon, or you don't have to use bacon at all, but that's what I'm doing for this recipe, and it's so good, okay? I have some Hawaiian sea salt, smoked paprika. This is no salt lemon pepper. I love this. This is by the Good and Gather brand. I love Good and Gather, y'all. They're not sponsored, but they should. I love Good and Gather from Target. Anything Good and Gather is just like so good. Most of their stuff is organic or healthy or just good quality. I love it. Also, Tabitha Brown seasoning or vegan seasoning. Chef kiss. I like that too. This is black pepper, Kirkland brand from Costco, and a little bit of Goya vegetable seasoning. I'm just putting this in my plant-based ranch. We are making plant-based ranch, okay? And for that, I just have some plant-based mayo I got from Target. That's the only place I can find plant-based mayo. And this one is so good. I also have pickle juice I'll be using for my plant-based ranch. And yeah, and my salad cleaner I will be using. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and get some baking soda to clean, or actually, I think I'm gonna use distilled vinegar. So to cleaning for cleaning your produce, I personally recommend using, of course people have like, you can get the vegetable cleaner products, but it's cheaper to get a distilled. Let me show you. I either use baking soda depending on what it is, and most of the time I like to use distilled vinegar to clean my produce. It keeps it clean. You get all the dirt, pesticides, fertilizers, whatever is on your produce, you can get it off. And it's highly recommended when using fresh produce, because you don't want to be eating dirt. Okay? We're not eating dirt 2025, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do, of course, is prepping everything. So I'm going to take my green lettuce and clean it. All I'm going to do now, let's go ahead and move this out, okay? Move everything to the side so y'all can see really well. And I'm gonna clean everything else as well that needs to be clean. Okay, so I love this. Basically, it's a salad spinner. You can clean your lettuce and stuff, but I use this for my fruit too. Sometimes it depends, like blueberries and strawberries. It just keeps it really fresh. I will have my video link if you want to see how to properly clean your produce, whether it's vegetables or fruit. and what I use, whether it's distilled vinegar or baking soda, and how long you're supposed to use it, how many times to rinse it. It seems like it's not important, but it truly is important. Water, just clean your produce with water is not going to work no more, okay? We need to use products that are healthy and good for you, and that's going to get all this fertilizer, pesticides, dirt, and bugs, okay, off of our produce. That is very important. I love this. I think I purchased this from Ross, but of course Target has it, Walmart, Amazon, like any place really. Just look or search on Google to see where it is in your nearby area, or on Amazon. I'm sure they have a cheap one. I really love this. It comes in handy. So this is so pretty and fresh. And I also use this for our sandwiches when we have sandwiches. I love this lettuce. So all I'm gonna do is really put them in here for right now. And usually it depends if you get it from the farmer's market or a certain store. It's a little bit of dirt on this one. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's a little bit of dirt, but it's different. I think if I'm shopping at the farmer's market, it might be more dirt if they don't clean it right away or give it a rinse or anything, but it's still dirt even at the grocery store. So it really doesn't matter where you shop at. You need to clean your produce because it's very important. And just ensure what you're putting in your body is good for you. Even if you're eating comfort food, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Even if you're eating comfort food, it's just important to really wash your protein and just anything you're using, the little size you're using, potatoes, especially potatoes. Some people don't clean their potatoes. Okay, well, we're not gonna get into that today. So it's important to really scrub it because it's coming from God's earth, beautiful earth. You know what I mean? It's from like the dirt and bugs, our insects all around, and of course they want to eat too. So it's all in there sometimes, or they have touched it, they have bit it. Like animals can bite it, animals can be around this stuff. So it's just important to wash it. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over to the sink and fill this up with water and a little bit of distilled vinegar. I'll do this with you. I'm just gonna put about 2 tablespoons, nothing major. Okay? That's all you need. And some fresh water, and let that sit for a little bit. Give it a real good rinse and pat dry with a paper towel. So let's get started with prepping. This is the #1 tip. Okay, this is one of the biggest keys to having your fresh salads that last at least a week. Okay, washing it very well with either distilled vinegar and just fresh water. I recommend giving it a very good rinse and pat drying it. You have to make sure it's dry, but first washing it is the first step into having fresh produce that lasts a long time, and properly washing it. And then pat drying is the second step. So we're gonna get into it. Okay, so now that I went ahead and washed the lettuce, it's time to dry. What I love about this is the salad spinner, right? So as you're spinning it, it basically dries it. It gets most of the liquid off of it, and I'm still going with a paper towel to ensure that it's completely dry before, prepping it. This is a very important step. But like I said, you can always just use a paper towel. So simple. And fun, right? Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer my lettuce over to my cutting board so I can go ahead and start chopping this up. Drying it first and then chopping it. And as it's sitting a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and clean my other produce. The carrots, jalapenos, scallions, cucumbers, and tomatoes. Just give that a quick little wash. So what you wanna do is you wanna take your lettuce. I have 2 sheets of paper towels. I'm gonna take my lettuce and just lay them on there. Nothing serious. Take my other paper towel and just gently pat it down. Just pat it. And I already can see the liquid that the spinner didn't get. This is gonna be so good. I'm so excited. And I love when I just take my jar and I'm pouring it into the bowl or to the plate. It's just so cute. You can actually take that with you. I like to take those on picnics, to the beach. If you're heading out to work, you just throw it in your lunch bag. I put it in my husband's lunch bag. Just a quick meal that's so convenient and easy to meal prep, and it stays fresh. And you're making sure you're getting your greens in. So it's like a win-win situation. Okay, I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll continue on. So now I'm gonna do the same thing with the rest of my produce. I have my scallions, cucumbers, carrots, jalapenos, and tomatoes, and I gave that a very good rinse. Really, I'm just going to dry this myself. It's too big. But I want to test this out. I don't know. Let's see how much liquid it's going to release. But I do have my paper towels right here, so afterwards I'm going to dry all of my produce. That is the key to fresh salads lasting a week or at least 5 days. I would say at least 5 days, because to be honest, you're going to eat your salads anyway, your fresh vegetables and stuff, before a week. But first, let's do the cucumber. Give that a very good pat dry. Using the same paper towels. You're not wasting nothing, okay? I'm gonna dry the carrots next. Super simple and easy recipe. Won't take that long. Jalapenos, quick roll. Scallions. I'm gonna be using all of these scallions for this recipe. I just wanted to go ahead and clean them. Now, also a key tip, when storing your scallions and you want them to last longer than a week, yes, longer than a week, you'll use a glass meal prep container and you'll store a paper towel inside. And after you wash your scallions and you ensure that it's super dry, you'll cut them. Cut them into, let's see, what mine are long. So cut them into 2s or 3s or whatever you need to do, and you'll store it. Of course, take the ends off. Cut them into 2 or 3s, and you store it on top of the paper towel. Place another paper towel on top of the scallions, and have a lid from your glass meal prep it's just, you ensure it's sealed. That's the key. You just want to ensure it's sealed. And yeah, my scallions last about a week and a half doing that. So yeah, like I said, I'm not going to use all of the scallions, so I'll probably I love a lot of scallions, and I have red onion, so you don't have to use so much onion. I personally love it, especially when it comes to like fresh things like salad. Oh my gosh, the onions, baby. The onions is going to make your dish pop. We just gotta grow up. We gotta start loving vegetables and loving where it comes from, God's beautiful earth, because listen, health is wealth. We gotta take care of our health. At least most of the time, okay? We can dabble into comfort food, but you gotta take care of your health. I'm just gonna use about that much. Okay, so now that is clean, last but not least is the tomatoes. Now, yes, tomatoes are full of water. Most of the vegetables are, but these tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, whatever you wanna call them, the small tomatoes like this is way better than using like the huge potato. This is better than using regular tomatoes, the regular size ones, because that has even more water content. Also, when you're cutting it, it's just very wet. So, and that won't last long. That's why when you make pickle de gallo, salsas, anything with tomato, it's not gonna last that long unless, of course, people are using preservatives, different companies, and but fresh stuff like this for salads, you want to ensure, if you are using tomatoes, use the small tomatoes like these. These are going to last longer, especially like what I'm doing right now. You just want to ensure they're very, 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 very dry. Everything just looks so fresh. Ooh, we on our wellness journey. Just an overall wellness lifestyle is important. Like I said, you can go out sometimes, go out to eat, dabble in some comfort food and stuff like that. Like, I'm a chef. I love to cook for myself and my family. The key is portion control for me personally. So even if I'm cooking something with rice or pasta, anything like that that can be considered kind of comfort food or heavy, I make sure I have small portions, right? And also just throughout the week, eating fresh salads for like lunch, fasting in the mornings, or having a smoothie, or having a light breakfast if I know I'm gonna eat comfort food for dinner. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing just a little tip. Let's start with the lettuce. It's very dry, clean. I don't see any dirt at all. It's just so pretty and fresh and clean, safe to eat. So I'm just gonna give that a rough chop. I'm not too big on it, it being perfect and stuff. Yes, I'm gonna keep the hard, the stem part on there. It has a lot of nutrients and it's healthy for you. So we're gonna keep that on there and just do a rough chop. Okay, so now it's time to season and sear our chicken breasts. I have 2 chicken breasts. I went ahead and cleaned with lemon, vinegar, and a pinch of salt. I pat dried it after I rinsed it a few times just to ensure it's not too much moisture, because I want my seasonings and stuff that really stick on there. So I'm actually going to be cooking with this buffalo sauce too, to give it that buffalo style chicken, but not too much, liquid. I don't want it too wet in the salad jar, so that's what I'm gonna cook with it and let it sear on top. So I'm starting off with a little bit of olive oil, not too much. Then I'm going to oil both sides. I have this Hawaiian salt. I love it. It's more on the healthier side, especially the black sea salt that I have. But I'm just gonna do a pinch on each side, nothing too major. How pretty that looks. Ooh. So just gonna give it a quick toss and really just rub it around the plate. Rub it on each side, because it's already a good amount of seasoning. I don't need too much. See, that's perfect. Yep. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and heat up my cast iron pan. I love using cast iron when it comes to anything meal prep too, because it just gives it more flavor. It's all about the flavor, and I love it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give this a quick sear, cook it very well, put our lid on so it can steam and cook the inside and keep it moist and juicy. That's the key for chicken breast. And yeah, chop up our chicken and start layering our mason jars. Y'all hear that? Beautiful. Place the buffalo sauce on it, spread it around, let that sear a little bit more, then put the top on. So cook from the inside very well without cooking it too long to keep the chicken moist. So I went ahead and let my buffalo chicken cool, and I went ahead and microwave the bacon, so those proteins are ready, and I'm gonna cut that in a minute. But first, let's work on this it's just so delicious. I love it. I fell in love with it. It's a plant-based ranch. I still like the regular ranch, but it's dairy-free, which is good because I've been dealing with breakouts, bloating, different stuff from dairy, so sometimes I like to have alternatives, sometimes. So let me put y'all on to how I make this. Shout out to Auntie Tabitha Brown. She put me on to Cuisines Mayo. I used to use her garlic all-purpose seasoning for it, but I ran out. I used all of it. So I'm just gonna go in with a vegetable all-purpose seasoning. It just has cilantro, garlic, regular onion, red onion, garlic. I already said garlic. thyme and just basil, different things in it just to give it a little pizzazz and flavor. You could also use dehydrated dill or fresh dill with black pepper. So it's so simple and easy. All I'm going to do is take this plant-based mayo from Best Foods, and I'm going to add about, let's say 3 hefty tablespoons of mayo. So I'm going to add that in there like that. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of pickle juice. Let's start with a tablespoon and a half. And then we'll go in with about a teaspoon of this seasoning mix. Simple and easy plant-based mayo. I'm going to give that a very good mix. And it literally has the same texture. The flavor is better to me. I love it. This is perfect. You just keep stirring it because you never know. It looks liquidy at first, but as you keep stirring it, incorporating that plant-based mayo with the pickle juice, look at that. It comes out perfect. Let's go ahead and open these jars and start layering. I'm excited. This is another way that I keep my salad fresh, lasting 5 days to a week. Reason why I say 5 days is because we're gonna eat these. I was gonna do 5, but I think I only had enough for 4, which is perfectly fine. We're gonna eat these like within probably today and tomorrow. Like, we're gonna eat these. I'm gonna put this up and we're gonna start. Chicken breast came out so juicy and tender. That looks so good. Okay, let me hurry up because I'll eat all this. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this style video, just showing y'all a few tips and tricks on how to preserve salads and keep them fresh. Also doing the same thing, just doing individual mason jars filled with lettuce, red onions, just all your toppings into individual ones if you like that more. But this is just a great way. Also, this is a healthy way to make sure you're intaking your greens and just getting your nutrients in for that day. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Share with somebody who may want to see something like this. Also subscribe if you are not a part of the lifestyle. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.